Visakha, known as the City of Destiny, is spread on the coast of Bay of Bengal in Andhra Pradesh. Being an abode of natural beauty, this city attracts a large number of tourists and is developing by leaps and bounds. Andhra University, which gained national prominence with its unique style of offering higher education, is situated in this city.
Good evening, everyone. We, Team GITA, General Interest Topic Avenue, are committed to bringing new eminent guests every Sunday at 7 p.m. And as part of our commitment, we have brought another famous or useful personality to this evening. And we thank everyone for attending this session. And coming to the guest, today, we brought an eminent personality, Sanjay Garg, who has completed his engineering in GB Power Plant University, Patnagar, and later joined steel plant in 1986, working in mechanical marketing department since then, and posted at New Delhi. Now he is also associated with Art of Living Foundation, founded by Sri Jaishankar, which is a humanitarian organization which has spread across the world in 156 countries. Nowadays, we have been observing that the pandemic has raised, showing its furious face across the nation, and the public health is in a grave situation. In these times, the society is finding it overwhelmingly difficult to control the coronavirus pandemic, and it has been overwhelmingly difficult for governments even to tackle, and many states have chosen to impose lockdown once again after a year. On the other hand, we, while staying in houses, many of us are suffering from depression, and we need some mental support, and we need to focus on our mental health as well. And as far so to tackle COVID on one side and to be mentally strong and sane on the other side. Here, our guest is presenting his views on the mental health, and the topic is health with grief. And I take pride in inviting our guest, Mr. Sanjay Garg. Sir, now the platform is yours. Please carry on.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mayur, and thank you, Andhra University, the College of Engineering, Professor Mallikarjun Rao, and the Associate Student Fraternity to invite me on this wonderful virtual platform called GITA. Though my brief has been presented, let me introduce myself. I am a technocrat by profession and joined Visakhapatnam steel plant in 1986, immediately after doing my B.Tech mechanical from G.B. University, Pantnagar, Uttarakhand. So my association with the Art of Living Foundation started way back in 1999. Actually, I'm in marketing department, and I have been traveling every 3 to 4 years. I'm getting transferred from one place to another. So in 1999, when I was posted at Jaipur, one of my friends introduced me to it. Initially, as everybody is, it's our nature. I was so reluctant to join, but he said, no, 2-3 times he requested me, and then he said, I have registered you for the course, so you have to definitely come. So I attended, and that was my, destiny. And slowly, gradually, I started developing interest, and lots of inquiries were coming to my mind. So I went deep into it. I went through a lot of knowledge, and in 2010, I became the teacher of this wonderful organization called the Art of Living. Many of you must be aware about the Art of Living Foundation. This is one of the largest international organizations dealing in various social causes, be it empowering youth, women, working in villages for the upliftment of the weaker sections, education, promoting health, hygiene around the world. Though I joined in 1999, but my active participation, it started more in 2005. And as a volunteer, I started conducting yoga classes. And this was the time when I was transferred from Delhi to Visakhapatnam in 2005. So since 2005, we have been conducting this, yoga classes called the Happiness Program in our Uppunagaram township, and continuing till date. In fact, we have got lots of centers in Vizag alone, and where they are conducting various health and breath programs. So, as all of you know, the world is fighting with the onslaught of COVID-19 pandemic, and in India, the situation is extremely grave, extremely alarming. There is a lot of panic, confusion, anxiety, fear. Everyone is afraid. What happens if he gets infection? How are you going to get the treatment? There is so much utter scarcity of medical facilities, be it the hospital beds, oxygen, medicine, etc. Is it not? So, and then we are seeing the numbers rising day by day, and everybody is affected. So, how do we deal with this situation? This is an extraordinary situation today we are facing. The first and foremost thing which comes to my mind is that we must follow the COVID protocol. We must wear mask. Social distancing is very, very important. Then, sanitizing hands and workplace, wherever you are. It is a must. So we cannot, it's just like if you are driving a car and if you do not wear the seat belt, and God forbid, if you meet with an accident, you may die. But if you wear a seat belt, there are chances that you may survive. So this is the first thing that we have to, take precaution. And I think some audio problem. Let me wait a minute. So basically, this is the thing. Then secondly, the most important thing is to give importance, to our health. How do we do it? What is the most important thing to take care of a health today? How do we minimize the risk of getting infection in case of, and if infection occurs, how do we recover fast? Shall I tell you, if 1% of people are dying due to corona today, more than 40% people are affected due to huge stress, which is the outcome of fear, anxiety, depression, and all the other mental problems and we don't know what to do, how to manage our stress. So there is a greater need today for taking care of mental health along with our physical health. So now let's come to the today's topic, is health through breath. Do you know what are the most essential things in our life? Which are those things which we neglect, the things which are closest to us for our survival. We never care about it. And what are those things which are important for us to live? So the first thing is the food. How much food we consume? We consume 2.5 kg to 3 kg of food in a day. But how long can we survive without food? Not more than a month.
Power on. You're plugged into Nirvana.
Then water.
Your device is ready to pair.
How much we consume? Maybe 3 liters a day. Then what are the other things which are essential for us to live? The most important thing is our breath. Can you live without your breath for more than 2 minutes? No. Have you ever thought about it? Have you given any importance to your breath? Even we don't even recognize that we are breathing. So, we get nutrition from food, which is essential for our survival. But the nutrition, 90% of the nutrition that we get is not from food. It is from the breath or the air that you breathe. So this affects our brain and endocrine system and releases most of the toxins from our body. So most of the toxins are released through the breath. Most of the nutrients are absorbed through the breath, and most of the toxins are also released through the breath. So that is the importance of breath in our life. But how much importance we give, we hardly recognize our breath. So the today's topic or this thing is to bring awareness to you about the importance of the breath. Now, you tell me one thing. What is the most important organ in our body? If I ask today, I'm sure everybody is going to say lungs. Suddenly, the lungs has become the most important organ in our body. Why? Because whole world is gasping for the breath. Do you know what's the size of our lungs? If you split and spread your lungs, it will make a whole tennis court. Ever imagine? And what is the food for your lungs? The breath. Day in, day out, 24 hours in a day, every day, whatever you are doing, whether you're walking, eating, even while you are sleeping, you keep breathing. Is it not? You know, what was the first act when you were born? Some people say crying. No. The first act that you did was breathe in, and then you started crying. And what is the last act that you will be doing in your life? You breathe out. And then other people cry. So, and do you know how much air we breathe in a day? 10,000 liters of air we are breathing in a day. Ever imagine that? So that is the importance of breath. Now let's understand the function of our lungs. What happens? We breathe in. The air goes through our nostrils into the lungs, and where the oxygen is absorbed into our blood, and then you breathe out, and the waste gases like carbon monoxide, etc., are released from the system. This everybody knows, isn't it? So, what happens in our body? How does it function? You know, the mechanical thing, how does it function? So, there is a big muscle in our body, in fact, the biggest muscle, the diaphragm, which helps in the respiratory function. So this diaphragm is a thin skeletal muscle which sits at the base of the chest and separates the abdomen from the chest. So when we breathe in, the diaphragm, it's like, suppose diaphragm is like this, it stretches up, gives space to our stomach and the lungs. And we breathe out, it goes down, and chest goes in, lungs shrink, your stomach goes in. So this is the function of the diaphragm. And of course, there is your rib cage and other muscles which help in this respiratory function. So then now the question arises that how do we improve our health through breath? How do we breathe? We are breathing only through our nostril, only this much. That's all. And there are various pranayama techniques or the breathing exercises which are there from our ancient practice of yoga, which help us to improve the quality and the quantity of our breath. So the process of breathing in and breathing out to get the maximum benefit out of it, we do through the pranayama techniques. What is pranayama? Giving ayam to the prana, or the directing the life force energy. In the normal breathing, we are only breathing about 350 ml of air at a time, but while doing the pranayama, we breathe almost 10 times of the air. So that much of purification action takes place in the body. So we normally sit comfortably on the floor, preferably, and our spine erect, and we breathe in a rhythmic manner, like taking deep breath in, holding the breath, and then breathing out slowly and gradually. Like this, there are many techniques of pranayama. In a different form, we do it. So, just for your demonstration purpose, in a very simple manner, I'll show how normally we do. Suppose I sit like this, keep my eyes closed, then I breathe in, and I hold my breath, and release gradually. So what I have done, I have controlled my breath. So in the pranayama, that's what we do. In a rhythmic manner, controlled and smooth manner. We breathe in, Take deep breath in and use the full capacity of our body. Normally, we are not using our full capacity of our body. So in the pranayama, you are using the full capacity of your abdomen, your chest, complete torso. So that much air is going in, that much purification action taking place, and that much the toxins are also getting released. So many pranayama techniques you must be aware, like you must be hearing, Kapal Bhati, Anulom Vilom, and so many others. So you can learn, so many techniques are there. Then benefits kya hai pranayam ka? Whatever are the benefits? So this we have discussed already, that improves our respiratory system. It makes your lungs healthy and strong. The scientific studies have also proven that's a very useful tool to control asthma, allergic bronchitis, etc. Then it improves our sleep quality, makes it deeper. When we are in deep sleep, a lot of repair takes place in our body. So a deep sleep is important. So when you do pranayama, you get deep sleep, and the quality of your sleep is also very good. Then it improves mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness means focusing on the present. Whatever you are doing, be focused. Normally our mind vacillates from past to present. So this is very important, particularly for students, when you have to devote most of your time to studies. Then what is the next? Then better emotional regulation, like anger, fear, etc. It has been proven that there is a link between our breath and our emotions. You also must have seen, suppose you are getting angry, what happens? Your breath is very fast. And when you are in peaceful, happy mood, your breath is deep and long. So our emotions are also regulated through the breath. So it's a vice versa. If you can control your breath, you can also improve your emotion. So emotional health. Then if somebody is having high blood pressure, then you can get a lot of benefit. Your blood pressure will reduce. It improves our brain functioning because lots of oxygen is going in our system. It improves your memory, and of course it gives you deep relaxation. So basically there are multiple benefits of pranayama on our overall health. Today, if you go on the social media, there are so much of content is available, and you can see lots of things. There are many people, who watched YouTube and other social platforms, and they start practicing. But I tell you, it is better, or it is suggested, that you must learn these techniques through some experts or the practitioners. They will teach you how to do it a right way, because there are lots of do's and don'ts. Not everybody is like same. Our body is unique. We can't do what you can do, I cannot do. And there are some people are suffering from different ailments, some problems. So when you learn with an expert, then you will do it the right way. So it's very important. Otherwise, what happens many times, if we start doing on our own, sometimes you may harm yourself too, which is not required. We don't want that. So there are lots of online classes these days going on. Earlier they used to be the physical classes. Now because of the corona pandemic, the online classes are going on. If you are interested to know more about it, you can join the classes. I am also taking some online classes, and the next class of my next class is going to start on 13th of May. It's basically a 3 days program, 40 to 45 minutes every day, and you can attend it. It will be in the morning, 6:45 to 7:30, I think. So you can join online. I've already provided the link for this to your college. If you are in, you can see that, you can join there. Now, this session was limited to breath, but actually there are many more things which we need to take care about, like our food, our nutrition, and so many other things. Particularly in these days, the three things are very important for your health: vitamin C, vitamin B12, and zinc. So I think that's all for today. I don't want to stretch and make it long. The purpose was to introduce you to the benefits, how the health can be, we can obtain good health from our breath. So maybe if we can have more sessions of this on any other aspects of the health. Now, once again, I would like to, thank the Andhra University fraternity to invite me for this session. I really feel honored and privileged, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It will be a very useful session. And in the times of grave dangers posing from every direction, and your demonstrations of pranayama, a basic demonstration of pranayama is very useful. And hope all the students would follow it and keep themselves protective, since health is a wealth, as we all are aware of it. Sir, there are a few questions that I want to ask you, sir. Sir, could you
Yes.
please share? I think from the background of Art of Living Foundation, I think you are aware of Raj Yoga by Vivekananda. Could you please
Yeah.
share the essence of Raj Yoga, the supreme of all, among all the four yogas?
No, I think it is better to ask the experts, because I have not specifically learned about the Raja Yoga. So I may not be able to, justify in talking, because there are various aspects of yoga. So Raja Yoga is one of them. So I think it's better to invite somebody from the Vivekananda this things society who will talk about the Raja Yoga. I think that will be better.
Sure, sir. Could you please suggest on healthy lifestyles so that everyone would be healthy, would focus their
Healthy life.
yes, sir.
Healthy, what is needed basically, we need awareness. Normally we live like a drunkard, we don't know what's happening, you know? And what
Yes,
is most important to you in your life? You are the most important person for you in your life. So let's focus on ourselves. We are talking about others, the external things, but we never focus on ourselves. So I think if everybody starts focusing on themselves, start looking back, then we can improve our health. Everything, all the aspects of our health, be it the physical health, mental health, emotional health, social, relationships, and everything. So it's very important to look back and devote some time for you every day. And I think that is the better way of living. And at the end, you have to take care of not only you, but the society around you also. No,
yes,
we can't exist without the society around us, so we have to take care of ourselves. And if you can take care of yourself, you can take care of the other people also. So
yes,
that's
sir.
my advice.
So investing in ourselves is one of the
Yeah.
is a good suggestion.
Yes, sure.
Yes, sir. Could you please suggest some sources of best practices, sir?
So,
Best
sources of?
breathing practices, because these days it is very online.
Yeah, there are lots of things, as I told you, there are various kind. This yoga is not, it's a very big thing. There are physical aspects of yoga, the mental aspects of the intellectual, mind, body, breath, so many things are there. And if you have inquiry, if you want to learn more, then I suggest you must attend a class. You must attend a course. So there only you will learn. I can't just tell you like this is. You have to not only learn, you have to experience also. Because without experience, doesn't matter. I may talk so many things to you, but unless you experience yourself, it will not have any effect on you. So you must attend and you must, experience for yourself. It's a vast field, it's an ocean. You can, the deeper you want to go, you can go.
Could you please share your experiences or by subscribing to these practices, sir? How do you feel before subscribing to these practices, and how it was after to this?
Yeah, I think my emotions, my behavior, my social relation, it has become more balanced. Earlier, when somebody tells you that goes on in your mind, for days, you become disturbed. So, but when you are aware, it's just a little shift is required. Normally, as I told you, we are living, just like very, we have no control on ourselves. So basically, this awareness, so when your mind is at peace, then you can better whatever you are dealing with, you can deal in a much better way. If you are disturbed, suppose you get you're going somewhere and you get in some fix in a traffic jam, and you have to go urgently somewhere, you can pull your hair, but nothing is going to happen. But if you are at peace, you can, first of all, we don't accept, so you have to accept the situation, then you can act. So awareness is what comes to you when you go through this process. You become aware about yourself, what's happening to me. Suppose I am talking to you, what's happening to me. If you're telling me something, whether I'm getting agitated or I'm still at peace, so what happens, your reaction changes to a response, so it becomes a finer reaction. So definitely it helps, and it has helped me tremendously. And that's it.
Yes, sir. We have a question from Malikarjun Rao, sir. What is the best time for breathing exercise?
See, best time for breathing exercises when your stomach is empty. So the best thing is either in the morning or in the evening. But after taking food, maybe 3 to 4 hours, your stomach should be empty. So that's the best time. But morning time is the best. Early morning.
Okay. So yoga has its own impact on our lives, and I think time has come to seriously subscribe to yoga techniques. So there is something
Yeah,
problem with you.
yeah, some
I
power
think
has. Right.
oh,
Just a minute.
okay, sir.
Wait. Yes. There's a power failure.
Oh, no problem, sir. And almost there are no questions after this point of time. Sir,
Mm-hmm.
joining us.
Just a minute. I think it is coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think your
Yeah.
time has come to recognize and practice yoga seriously. So so that we could bring betterment in our lives. What do you say, sir, on this?
Yeah. I didn't get your question.
Yoga has its own impact on everyone's lives. So has the
Yeah,
time came to seriously practice yoga
yeah,
and further such
definitely.
techniques?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes. It is not only, see, we start only when there is some crisis. I mean, we should not wait for
yes, sir.
some crisis to come. See, health is the most important thing, and we should be always, always look for a better health.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
definitely
sir.
now is it's the time now. You can't. There's no other way. You have to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's all for now, sir. And all the questions are taken into your brought to your consideration, and you have answered them, sir. Thank you for joining this session, sir. This is very informative, and hope all the
Thank
students
you.
would listen to you. This is thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This this is a very interesting session and a very interesting argument that the airlines has become the most important part in these days because the whole India is gasping for oxygen and there are many emergency situations and many situations are out of hand. So please take care of yourselves, stay home and stay safe. And finally, I thank everyone who share who share in designing this platform, mainly who have given the permission, who has supporting the whole team GITA, Vice Chancellor PVGD Prasad Rao, Honorable CEO of Computer Director Computer Cell, Professor K. Ramasudha Madam, and our teacher mentor, Honorable Professor P. Mallikarjun Rao sir. Thank you everyone, and to all the students who listen, who take part in the session, a thank you for everyone.